Hi guys, EpicClashOfClansRaids here, and welcome to the last segment of the How to Gowipe series. And in this segment, I'm going to be showing you all about the spells, the heroes, and just kind of how to drop all that and make sure you get the most out of your spells. So in my Gowipe composition, as you've been seeing, I use, well, this was a bit different, but I usually use 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, 5 Golems with 1 on the Clan Castle, 13 Wizards, 6 Wall Breakers, 2 minions and 2 archers. I'll explain why I've got some more minions in a second. So in my clan castle I usually have 1 golem and 1 giant because, you know, I just do that as how I want to have in my clan castle. You can have a P.E.K.K.A. in there, wizards, anything you would need kind of. And if you're a lower level channel, I would sometimes recommend maybe getting a max P.E.K.K.A. or max golem in there, because obviously if you're a lower town hall level you don't have the max P.E.K.K.A.s and the max golems, so that's quite interesting for you to do that depending on what you kind of want to use your attack for. And spell wise, I use, personally I use 2 rage, 2 freeze, 1 jump, and then 1 poison spell. And you always want to make sure you have a dark spell, because otherwise that's just a space which you're losing out on, and a spell that you're losing out on is a bit pointless. So you just got to make sure you do that. And the reason I have that is because I don't have a lightning spell, so I have 5 spaces for normal spells. So I have 2 freeze for when I get into the core of the base. I have 2 rage getting to the core and once in the core. So one when you're kind of getting to the core, and once when you're in the core, depending on how hard the raid is, depending on when you use your rage. And then also I have 1 jump, because I try to wall break it through the first set of walls. And usually there's 2 other walls which you have to go past to get to the core of the base, or just get past one of those walls to get to the core, which I use that jump for, so I don't have to get wall breakers in there, which is quite annoying. So that's what I use those for. And obviously heroes, I'll be explaining those as we attack number 19. So looking at his base, sorry I hit the mic then. So looking at his base, the reason I got minions is because look at this. I can drop a minion there and get loads of these buildings. I'll drop a minion there and get loads of those buildings, drop a minion there. See, all these places I can drop minions because this guy's base is set out so weirdly. I can get so many percentage points, and all I have to do is just attack from the top here. Once I've got, I wouldn't say almost every building, but I've got a lot of buildings I can take out, and that's why I've got so many minions. So hopefully should get me the 2-star, which should be quite easy. So I'm just going to press attack, and whilst I'm going to do this, I'm going to be explaining this really in depth whilst I'm attacking. So hopefully you guys will see where the spell placement is. So to begin with, we're just going to quickly pop these minions down. 2 there. I've got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, another 1 there. There's all these areas which are so easy to pick off buildings. I think we get 1 there. Yeah, put 1 there, put 1 there, there. See how easy this is, guys. I'm just picking off buildings because it is just, there's no real worry about actually minions dying because of the defenses. So I've already got 10%, and there's still a lot more buildings I can get here. So I'm just going to save one of these minions and some of the archers for when I actually do the attack. So I think to begin with, we're just going to have to actually go in with our attack here. So we're going to place a lot of stuff down here, try and get these golems in, and then another set of alright, so those wall breakers actually got taken out. That's fine, we can still probably get to town hall quite easily. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, let's go. So I'm at 36% already, guys, so there's not really any worry about getting to the close base. Okay, he's got some easy clan castle troops to take out with a poison spell. That's quite good. We're going to freeze that lot, because we use a poison spell to try and take out all the clan castle troops. Then we freeze, and now we've almost got town hall. We're on 46%, guys. Just look how easy this base is because of the way you laid it out. And I'm already on 50%. There we go, got the 2-star. And we're going to freeze all that lot there because his expos are so close together you can freeze them. We've also got another rage we can use. We're just going to wait on that a little bit. So we've still got the Inferno Tower up, so we're going to rage this lot down there, because that will include the Queen and the Golems, hopefully. There we go, so the Queen's now in there. She's getting hammers, so we're going to activate her ability. So I always activate my ability when the heroes get low on health, because I think that's quite important. So that's what I do. And there we go, it's going pretty well. We're on 69%. I might actually surrender here, just because, you know, for the giggles. So, yeah. This is going pretty well. We're going to put another minion there. Just look, 70%, and all the outside buildings are gone. If we had, you know, had level 40 heroes or whatever, that probably would have been a 3-star, guys. So I would also say, hero upgrading wise, when thinking about that, I would always say upgrade your heroes to, try to get them to around level 20. That's what mine are, and I'm quite confident with my heroes being level 20. And before level 20, you don't really have the full effect of the heroes, I don't think, in my opinion anyway, and it's good to try and have higher level heroes. Obviously level 40 is absolutely lovely, but that takes a long time. I know Daddy Clash just got his queen to level 40, so that's taken him quite a while to get there. So my heroes at level 20 at the moment. I'm kind of leaving off a bit of a break before I upgrade my heroes again, just simply because they aren't, like, they take ages to upgrade, and obviously the Dark Elixir and stuff. So I'm just going to do a few points on spell placement and heroes before we end the episode here and the mini-series. So hero-wise, right, so when you place your heroes in, make sure that all the buildings are taken out on the outside, so that your heroes don't go walkabout, because that's quite annoying. And also, when you put your heroes in, make sure there's a golem in front of them, because if not, your heroes are just going to start getting damaged really early on in the raid, and that's not going to help you later on in the raid, when you're going to really need them when you get into the core of the base. Hero ability-wise, make sure that you, well, under most circumstances, really don't activate your king or queen's ability unless they are on really low health. Some people are really good at getting it on just the last few points of health that they have, but I don't like to go that late on, because just in case, I'd like to fit them early on. My view is as well with the king, if he ever gets targeted by a single target Inferno Tower, activate his ability pretty early on, because those things will just roast him and try and get all the minions activated and all get all the kind of use out of that ability that you can, because obviously the Inferno Tower is going to take him out pretty damn quickly. So that's just one thing you've got to watch out for. And the queen, she's a bit better, because if you activate her ability, all defenses stop attacking her, and she will target things, and defenses won't retarget her once she becomes out of the ability until they kill the troop that they're targeting at that current point. So that's quite useful for the queen. And obviously all the things that they have, the little troops around them, are always very useful as well. So that's yeah, hopefully you guys are understanding the spells and stuff. So the spells on those, as I said before, freeze are ready for the core, or if you have one spare, you can just put it on some defenses whilst you try and take a few buildings on the outside. Probably shouldn't happen, but if it does, you can do that. Jump wise, I try to put those really in the core of the base. Let me just change some spells. So I try to put those jumps kind of near to the inside walls as possible, so I jump into the core. And that kind of, it also depends when you're in the raid what happens, so I wouldn't always just go definitely only for in the core, but it kind of depends on the raid. So yeah, I hope this guys has helped, this episode and this series have helped you guys to understand Gowipe a bit more, get better at Gowipe, and maybe when you attack next you'll understand a bit better on how to do Gowipe. So yeah, thank you very much guys for watching the series if you made it this far, and I'll see you next time.